Good evening, my non-existent viewers. I am wearing a hot dog suit. I went to the movie theater tonight on this lovely discount Tuesday right after I got off work in my hot dog suit because it is a Tuesday before Halloween. And I'm currently in the middle of episode 9 of 2012 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the episode called The Gauntlet, where April O'Neil is attacked by this mutant pigeon person. And she needs the turtles' help to because the pigeon person was kidnapped by the Krang, so is her father. So the pigeon man helps them track down April's father, I just watched the part where the Krang take April's father away again right after their brief reunion. Man, I really hope April O'Neil is reunited with her dad at some point in this series, because I'm watching this series basically blind. But anyways, this is episode 5 of Turtle Tuesdays, and instead of me talking about a real turtle species at the end of this video, like I've done 3 of these episodes so far, I'm going to make this another Turtles review as well as a movie review, because I just saw Venom: The Last Dance tonight, which is the 3rd installment now, the Venom trilogy, and I walked into it with kind of mixed expectations. Because, I like the first 2 Venom films, despite their flaws. I just think the Venom movies would just be better with an R rating. Just from my cursory knowledge of, the Venom comics. It's because when your anti-hero gets his superpowers by, biting dudes' heads off, there should be, some bloody, gruesome details. Otherwise, it just kind of looks stupid. I will say this with Venom: The Last Dance. I think, narratively, it's a step down from the last Venom film, Let There Be Carnage. Because, Let There Be Carnage just had Woody Harrelson as Carnage, which I thought was the most interesting part of that movie. But I will say this, on an action level, I think The Last Dance was, a step above Let There Be Carnage in terms of, the fight scenes with Venom and the other symbiotes and the other aliens you see in this movie. Narratively speaking, though, don't use your brain too much while... don't use your brain too much while watching Venom: The Last Dance. Because, there's the xenophage, this alien monster, it's, hunting Eddie Brock and Venom, the entire movie. When we first introduced to it, it's sneaking around this neighborhood at night, this huge alien monster, no one hears it. No one hears it, stepping. And there's one scene where, Eddie, with Venom, of course, they catch a ride by dangling off an airplane. And the Beast, because the xenophage can tell where Eddie is whenever he goes into his Venom form. So, the xenophage tracks him down in the sky and just, leaps, a full 45 degrees straight into the air onto the airplane. I was like... I get it, they're aliens. They're not supposed to be as defined as physics as things on Earth, but I don't know about that. You have to suspend some disbelief. But overall, I would say if you like the first 2 Venom films, I think you're gonna like this one. If you were not really a fan of the first 2 Venom films, I think you're better off just skipping it. But yeah, overall, I will say Eddie Brock, there is a pretty heartfelt scene without spoiling it. I'm giving Venom: The Last Dance a 6 out of 9 stars. It's a likable film. Anyways, back to the Ninja Turtles. This is the episode where Shredder tells off Zever and Bradford that they're so incompetent that he decides to take on the Turtles himself. And I'm not gonna show you guys the episode itself on screen because for copyright reasons. But yeah, this is definitely one of the more menacing versions of Shredder. Up there with Ken Watanabe's depiction of Shredder in the live action films we got a few years ago. And I like how Donnie makes the smoke eggs with the eggshells, ninja smoke bombs, and Mikey just obliterates them because he's Mikey. And I think it's so cool seeing the Turtles use other weapons that are not their main weapons, because the ninjas, actual real ninjas in feudal Japan, fought samurai and their enemies with loads of different types of weapons, including makeshift smoke bombs, or not really bombs, but they would haul out eggs and fill them with shards of glass and other hazardous materials, not stuff you want thrown at your eyes, and they would just throw it at their enemies' faces. and to make a stealthy getaway. I like how Donnie incorporates those into Ninja Turtles arsenal, and Mikey just abusing them willy-nilly because he's Mikey. And now I'm watching the 10th episode, Panic in the Sewers, where I like how Master Splinter, he's like that character who just always knows the right things to say, and because he's like, hey, the Shredder has returned, and the episode 9 just ends with him saying, oh, we are at war. The camera zoomed in on his face, and now episode 10 opens with this nightmare of Leo having the Shredder just killing him and the other turtles. And now I'm getting the hint at a theme where it's not just gonna be Leo butting heads with Raphael all the time. Leo's also gonna be bumping heads with Splinter, because Splinter now is making them train, at the start of this episode, he's making them train non-stop to get ready for the Shredder, and they're getting absolutely no rest. Splinter is just being way too strict, because the Shredder won't rest, and neither should the Turtles in his mind. I feel like Splinter is letting his survivor's guilt get the best of him from when the Shredder destroyed his home in Japan and killed his wife and kid. He's projecting that. Maybe not survivor's guilt's the right term, but he feels an emotional burden from that because he could have avoided that situation. He's basically dumping that onto his sons, the Turtles. And also, I'm getting a hint that Shredder is gonna mix two villain archetypes together. There's the Mastermind archetype, like a Emperor Palpatine, from Star Wars, and there's the Dragon, like a Darth Vader, also from Star Wars. The Mastermind is, the Mastermind. He's the evil Dark Lord overseeing everything, and he rarely gets his own hands dirty. The Dragon and his henchmen, the Foot Clan soldiers, do all the dirty work for him. Shredder is the leader of the Foot Clan, right? But he's also taking matters into his own hands, or should I say his own blades, because now that Bradford and Zever are mutants, because Bradford turned into a dog man and or DreamWorks reference, and Zever turned to a fish person. I'm just very curious to see what direction this show is going in. And I'm 10 minutes into episode 10, and where the Turtles go up to the surface to figure out what the Shredder's next plan is to get him out of the sewers, and now they're fighting Rad Brad. I think I've been calling him Brad for this whole video, and if that's not his actual name, if he's just Rad Brad, I forget from the other episodes, my apologies. Okay, so I'm at the part where Bradford takes April hostage into the truck after their plan kind of falls through of them hearing Shredder's plan. Man, poor April just can't get a break these episodes. First, her dad is still captured in the last episode. This time she's been kidnapped again. Now Turtles gotta rescue her, and I'm very curious to see what her arc is going to look like throughout this series, because she's definitely because April's never really been the damsel in distress sort of character for Ninja Turtles, but there's this is definitely, she's a lot braver in the first 10 episodes of this series than the 2003 series, from what I remember watching. Or from Mutant Mayhem or any other Ninja Turtles films or shows I've watched over the years. So and she's trained to be a ninja, so I'm very maybe she could maybe I wonder if she and Master Splinter and Casey Jones and the four Turtles all teaming up for a massive fight nearing the end of the series. I'm just making a prediction that's gonna happen. We'll see how well this video ages. Dr. Prankenstein. Alright, so I'm getting close to the end of the episode where they the truck full of toxic chemicals that reacts violently with water. Leo orders Mikey to throw a water balloon at it and it explodes. And then Mikey had another water balloon just sitting in his pocket. Oh my goodness. Yeah, this just, again, Mikey has been my favorite out of the four Turtles ever since preschool. I don't want to keep beating a dead horse, but I can't wait for the film adaptation of The Last Ronin. Alrighty, so 2 very solid episodes of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles right there, and I like how the 10th episode ends with Splinter realizing that he was the one who's fueled the fear in the Turtles, not the Shredder, so he gives him a day off from training unless Mikey throws the water balloon. Which, yeah, just the show it really balances out action with a sense of humor, which is, I think, that's when the Ninja Turtles is at its biggest strength, in my opinion. But yeah, this is the second one of these videos where, like, you know, I review like 2 episodes of the 2012 Ninja Turtles show, and like either I'm thinking about the direction this series. It's still gonna be like at least half of these videos are gonna couple it with like cool turtle facts about a real turtle species, or like, you know, a mini review of like a movie I just saw because it's, you know, I make these videos on Tuesday and it's Discount Tuesday on the movie theaters, and also I want to like branch out, not just reviewing like the Ninja Turtles like episodes. I also would like this is gonna require like more planning and more scripting, but I kind of want to talk about like mythological turtles too, or like legends and myths with featuring turtles in them, because turtles have captured the imaginations of humans for like thousands of years, alongside plenty of other animals. And you know, I think it goes well with fall because, you know, Halloween is this Thursday, hence why I'm in a hot dog suit. I feel like taking this thing off. I'm getting sweaty. But yeah, thank you all so much for tuning in, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel, please. And yeah, have a turtle-tastic Tuesday. Stay beastly.